Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ron and this is Blue Dawn Enduro. And it is too cold outside to ride right now. So I just wanted to update you on a couple of tweaks I made to my bike and some other things I'm gonna do. So the first thing is, and one of my viewers wanted to know what it looks like. I moved the display case for the trail computer under the mount instead of on top, and that gives about another inch of clearance for your cables up here, and I didn't have any issues at all out on my first ride. And the other thing was, if you watch my other install videos, the Enduro Engineering radiator braces were stressing the plastic here. So I took my tank off, the shrouds off on both sides, and I took an angle grinder to the very top. Basically, there's a top that protrudes up above the radiator a little bit, and I just angle grinded down on both sides. I don't know if you can actually see in there or not. Angle grinding down on both sides a little bit. The top of that, there you can see it. Actually, it's kind of curved and smooth right now. And that totally took the stress off the shrouds, so I'm really happy with that. The other thing when I was out on my first ride is had a kind of surprise washout on my front wheel. It didn't crash, but did take me off the trail a bit. And so I've already got the tires that I want to use, particularly the front one. This is a Golden Tire GT 216. It's AA. It's the fatty. It's a 90/100 21. And I've already got the tubeless for the rear too, so I'm going to be changing the front tire right away. So that's what I'll be doing. In addition, I really dislike how it's both the KTM and the Husqvarna. See the grease down there next to the wheel bearings. There's no protection right there over the wheel bearings. And Yamaha has these caps that cover up those, both front and back. It's just a cap that goes over the wheel spacers right there, just to keep the dirt off the bearings. So I looked into that, and there's actually power parts made by Husqvarna KTM for those. So I special ordered the caps for both the front and the back. And they're like 25 a pair. So I thought that was worth it. They look like they're like a blue plastic. So while I got the wheels off doing the tires, I'll also install those. And my trusty tire changing stand is a brute garbage can turned upside down. And it's actually almost the perfect size for me. However, it doesn't really hold the wheel in, so I kind of need a post there. And it's worked okay for me, but I'm going to be putting a moose on the front, and it takes a little more force. So I went to the hardware store, picked up this stuff for $9, and my plan is to this is basically a 1/2 inch threaded rod. I'm going to put it in the plastic. I'm going to flatten this bracket out to reinforce it. Put that underneath. I'll drill out these holes, so I'll have 4 more bolts there supporting this 1/2 inch rod a little bit tighter. And in addition, I'm going to fill this with a piece of wood to give it some more structural integrity for the force. So this cost me less than $9 from Home Depot. A 1/2 inch, it's a 12-inch piece of 1/2 inch threaded rod, 2 nuts, 2 washers, and this is like one of those Simpson building brackets. In addition, had some of my own stuff. 1/2 inch PEX pipe. I'm gonna thread that on there and line the threads to protect the wheel hubs. And then I need the four bolts I just pulled out of my random hardware store that I have here in my garage. These are gonna bolt down onto the bracket, and it's gonna come all the way up through. This piece of wood is gonna be an additional reinforcement, just some more scrap wood I had, plywood I had laying around, so I'm gonna cut this into kind of a, probably a hexagon shape, drop it in there. So that'll be fun. So I'm almost finished. I think it's gonna work really good. It's gotta screw this down on there for protection. But yeah, so here's what I got. A lot of screws holding it in, and kind of this backing. I can pick it up with the whole garbage can with my hand on that thing. That's what it looks like inside. Yeah, so this is really too tight of a fit to go that deep on here. So this is really strong, really stiff stuff, so I'm just gonna cut down the side of it. So I've split the PEX pipe and just pushing it down on there. And it's giving me a really nice tight fit. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think it's gonna work really well. And I'll probably put this little piece of this down there as a bumper so my hub doesn't rub against these bolts.